Hello and welcome to ISTV English News. This is Panorama giving you the news. Let's see the headlines. Increase of women's participation in the field of journalism in the state is a good sign, says Commerce and Industries Minister Govindas Konthotam. Now let's see the news in detail. Commerce and Industries Minister Govindas Konthotam has said that increase of women's participation in the field of journalism in the state is a good sign. He said this during the flag-off ceremony of a conducted tour of women journalists of Amju to More organized by All Manipur Working Journalists Union. Minister Govindas flagged off the tour from Manipur Press Club this morning. Altogether, 21 female journalists of Amju representing various print and electronic media houses are taking part in the tour. 5 female staff of ISTV News are also taking part in the tour. The flag-off ceremony was attended by PRO IJR South Akhil Dhawan, an executive member of Amju. The conducted tour is led by President Wangkhemcha Samjai, Vice President of the Union and also the National Secretary of IJU Ratan Luangcha and member Bikramjit of Manava. Talking to ISTV News, Minister Govindas said, "It is indeed a good sign of the state that women journalists are coming out and taking part in the field of journalism in large number." He further said, during the tour, all the female journalists could learn about what is happening around at More, could inspect the developmental works taken up by the state government and what problems are being faced by the different communities living at the border town.
Female journalists are very courageous. Difficult area. Difficult areas in the sector. Difficult area I am journalists in a Salaga Pau. The Makuiso, male journalists in the gay, Itata, the Namakuiso, the Tita Wangame, Havagi, Chalcoxan with them on the Mile.
On the other hand, talking to media persons before the tour was flagged off, Amju's President Wangkhemcha Samjai spoke about the itinerary programs of the tour. He said the female journalist would reach More around noon and visit Tamu market. The next day, the team will inspect the integrated checkpost being constructed at More. Besides, the team will also visit the site of Smart City at Howlanfai Shopping Complex and Border Hut, which are under construction at gate number 2, More. Later, the team will leave More for Imphal after meeting all the leaders of various civil society organizations at More. Such conducted tour will help the women journalists in learning a lot about many things, he added. He also thanked the promoters and contributors who extended financial or physical help for the tour.
Working journalists members in the box are the journalists are doing the information security of media and particularly women journalists. I see a machine of I don't know women and women and the Pina Saktifiva. I think the Pina Logo of Dang, look particular telling it when I know when mass media journalists get them to the show. A woman who lay about brilliant through media, the lady this journalist in the Sigibagi. Yamna was a talk no Maggie. Epo and the no don't go for sure. But she had a focus on no one. I don't know for you, but it will be very. I agree that Russian Machine of emotion, Shalaganda, Paul Goruganda, if he was in a sumo, no, we ought to done for 2 kilometers of the Amina. Since I find why everybody, a commission is taking for never go with the Johnson. My sponsor told me the Ganda. That's why Manipur border, town with the warrior that was in Sakar, 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 Jetki, the Sugar Sakima, Mini India in a Yama.
Later, Minister Govindas wished the participants bon voyage and flag off the tour. A 60-long yoga prison smart course organized jointly by the Art of Living and Manipur Central Jail at the jail has concluded today. Jail SPW Pampang, Guru Rosni of Art of Living, DSP Jail Jibon and many officials and inmates attended the valedictory function. Altogether, 109 inmates of Manipur Central Jail took part in the yoga course. Speaking at the function, Guru Rosni said a man could bring chains if he or she performed yoga for about 40 days. In a speech, Jail SP W. Pampang said, though the training program for yoga was held for 6 days only, inmates must try to adopt the habit of practicing yoga every day. He also appealed to the inmates to practice yoga as a compulsory exercise even after they are released from the jail. Yoga can bring peace and healthy mind. The International Yoga Day, which falls tomorrow, will also be observed at the jail, he added.
Yogasan Toraga, the shoulder ningaga, Nanga Ninja with shoulder ningi harga, no matam, the chops on the leno, Toganda, Afava, citizen, Afava Manipur gives me, Matan with me among Oyu, I have said, Amati Oisi, I have said, Nasi Udaguruna, Laga Tamiva, Asina, no, you know, Zogulisanamo, Oyu, I have said, I don't know the animal.
Commissioner of Education U. P. Wi-Fi today inaugurated a 3-day education fair cum counselling session under the aegis of Directorate of Higher and Technical Education, Government of Manipur at the Multi-Purpose Hall DM College. At least 20 renowned institutes of India are taking part in the education fair cum counselling session, which will conclude on June 22. Apart from Commissioner P. Wi-Fi, Director C. Arthur and other officials of the department were present at the inaugural function. Commissioner P. Wi-Fi said, in order to prevent some unscrupulous people from luring students by organizing education fairs in Imphal, the Directorate has banned those institutes which are not recognized by the UGC and which do not have required facilities.
We will try to ensure that maximum publicity is even today in the daytime as well as in the evening through the local media. We give them good support, we will give them good infrastructure. They can really do well. The best part of Manipuri attitude is to really devote themselves.
General Manager of MSPDCL IAD4 has informed that no electricity will be supplied in the areas covered by 11 kV Mantripukri and DMC feeders from 8 AM to 4 PM for 3 consecutive days from June 21 to 23 as 11 kV line has to be laid underground. The corporation appealed to the consumers to bear with them during these 3 days. Now let's see some national and international news. Ahead of the International Yoga Day on June 21, the Intelligence Bureau has issued an alert in the national capital. The IB has told authorities of a possible use of flying objects like balloon, kites for attack during the Yoga Day celebrations at Rajpath. Following the alert used by intelligence agencies, Delhi police has banned flying of kites, balloons, glider, micro-light objects during the program to ward off any aerial threat. Also, flying drones for aerial photography has also been banned. The IB has asked security agencies to take extra precautions. 30 companies of security personnel will guard Rajpath and surrounding areas on International Yoga Day as elaborate security arrangements have been made for the celebrations. Around 5,000 armed security personnel, including Delhi policemen, will be deployed to secure the yoga venue and area around it as thousands of yoga practitioners, including Prime Minister Narendra Modi, will attend the early morning program. The June 21 mega event is expected to see participation of more than 35,000 people, including government officials, NCC cadets, diplomats and others. Tainted cricket honko Lalit Modi did have extensive business dealings with the son of Chief Minister Basundara Raje, her party admitted today, while insisting that the transactions were legitimate and that all due taxes were paid. A news channel reported exclusively on Thursday that Mr. Modi, who moved from India to London in 2010 after being named in corruption cases, had done a sweetheart deal with Mrs. Raje's son. Between 2008 and 2009, Mr. Modi paid Rs 96,000 per share in a company owned by Dushyant Singh, the Chief Minister's son. But in his income tax returns from 2013, Mr. Singh declared that his shares in the same firm were worth just Rs 10 each. The huge premium paid by Mr. Modi for those shares was in addition to an unsecured loan of nearly rupees 11 crore to Mr. Singh Niant Heritage Hotels Private Limited. Tamil Nadu's Education Department has ordered over 3 lakh textbooks of Class 11 to be recalled after the name of Darbida Munitra Kajagam DMK chief Mr. Karunanidhi was listed as the state chief minister in its brilliance instead of J. Jayalalitha. Around 2.5 lakh Class 11 academic textbooks were recalled, where 70,000 history books were withdrawn after the gov-up was spotted. However, officials claim that it is not a printing error. The preface of the textbooks has not been changed since 2011 and no one had noticed the error in 4 years. The All India Anna Dravida Munitra Kazagam AIADMK chief Z. Jayalalitha had taken over as the chief minister of the state in 2011. But in 2014, she was forced to resign from the top post after being convicted of holding unaccounted cash and property. Her loyalist O. Paneerselvam had taken over as the chief minister after she resigned from the post. A 22-year-old woman was allegedly gang-raped by 7 people at the guest house in the Sushant Lok area in Gurgaon, the police said on Friday. The woman, who is from West Bengal, has alleged that she was raped by one Kapil and his associates, said Assistant Commissioner of Police ACP Rajesh Kumar. A medical examination has confirmed rape, she said. The woman told the police that she knew Kapil and on the day of the crime met him at the market from where they went to the guest house. At the guest house, she alleged 6 of Kapil's acquaintances entered their room and took turns to rape her. She has also said in her complaint that the men were carrying a firearm. A first information report or FIR has been registered. No arrests have been made in the case yet. Some of the practices of Myanmar's dictatorship have aged in recent years. Political prisoners have been released, censorship of media has been lifting, and the erstwhile empty roads of the country's largest cities are now jammed with imported cars. But the particular quirk persists from the days of authoritarian rule. Myanmar remains obsessed with cribs, clean dollar bills. Foreign visitors discover that banks and foreign exchange counters will pour over greenbacks with the fusiness of a diamond merchant. Any bill that was creased, ripped or scribbled, owned or rejected. Credit cards were introduced here only in the past few years. Showcase, it's about 1,000 kyats to the dollar, a steel king. And finicky bank clerks block all but the most pristine US bills from entering the banking system. A son of Al-Qaeda leader Osama bin Laden asked the United States for a death certificate after US Navy SEALs killed him, said a letter released by WikiLeaks on Thursday. The letter, stating it is from the US Embassy in Riyadh, is among about 70,000 documents dubbed the Saudi cables published by the whistleblower website. There are ministry and other institutions in the kingdom which WikiLeaks says it will release over the coming weeks. The letter is signed by Glenn Kaiser, the U.S. Consul General in Riyadh, and addressed to Abdullah bin Laden on September 9, 2011, about 4 months after a U.S. raid killed his father in Pakistan after a decade-long manhunt. Pakistan has not taken action against LET as the terror group continues to operate, train, rally, propagandize and fundraise in the country, according to a U.S. State Department report which acknowledged on Friday that India remains one of the most persistent terror targets. The Pakistani military undertook operations against groups that conducted attacks within Pakistan such as TTP, but did not take action against other groups such as Lashkar-e-Taiba, which continued to operate, train, rally, propagandize and fundraise in Pakistan, the State Department said in its annual report on terrorism for the year 2014. Before we end the headlines once again. Increase of women's participation in the field of journalism in the state is a good sign, says Commerce and Industries Minister Govindas Konthotam. Thanks for watching our news, and for more updates, please stay tuned.